Good morning. In the year 2100, death will not be a problem, but life will be. And I have imagined this. And I'm going to make a presentation and would like to ask you how many of you would like to live 100 or beyond? Biology tells us that human life can be extended. So in the year 1900, the average life expectancy was 32 years in India. Now it is almost 73 plus years. And in the year 2100, what could it be? Will it be 85 plus average? How many will be centurions and whatnot? But I'm going to talk beyond that. And that time, India's population will be, in 2050, at least it will be 167 billion. So what is going to happen? Biology is going to redefine aging. People will not age. They will live longer. And what is going to happen by that? There will be drive because of telomere, short tuning, then bioepigenic drift, and semolytic drugs, stem cell regeneration, and whatnot. So death will not be, the organ failure will not be called as death. It is just an organ replacement components. Every part of the body can be replaced. And so this is very interesting. So we can have a biocompatible materials. We will synthesize them in the lab and then replace part by part. So what is going to happen? So can we create some immortal brains? Answer is yes. Some of the dead cells, neurons, can be replaced by computer chips. And these chips will help us in getting memory, remembering things. And so this is going to enhance our cognitive abilities. And at the same time, what about medicines? We can decode our DNA, and there will be predictive elements, and we can create medicines which will take care of our specific needs. So there is a genetic analysis, and this is going to happen. So we'll have lifelong monitoring of our body, and the so-called AI will help us. So AI for life and longevity. So what can be done? There will be AI doctor, there will be AI nurses, there will be AI for mental health, there will be AI at the end of life. In fact, death will be according to our wish. And so at the same time, there are deadly diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and whatnot. So anti-cancer treatments will be there. Anti-aging drugs will be there. And nervous system, disorders can be taken care of because we'll understand them precisely. So cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, they may not be totally gone, but they will be managed. That is what is going to happen in future. There will be new classes of drugs. There will be gene therapies, RNA-based medicines, and whatnot. At the same time, we are going to escape to the alternative realities, so-called virtual reality, augmented reality, and merging realities. We will have virtual friends. We will have virtual girlfriends, boyfriends. So what happens to education, work, and reality? This is because all is going to be virtual. So universities will be without walls, and teachers will be without bodies. So what is going to happen? There will be lifelong learning. So our life could be extended, I mentioned earlier, 120 to 150 years. There will be AI teachers with adjunct faculties, vibrant curricula, and whatnot. New kinds of disciplines will be there. Longevity engineering, space biosciences, and ethics of immortality, because virtually will be immortal. So what is going to happen in this world? So there will be, of course, no pure science and no pure engineering. Okay, it will be a science of the dead, including stones and whatnot, and the science of living. These will be two sciences, and you can see variety of things are there, where carbon dioxide will be a fuel. Carbon dioxide will be used for material making. We can have fusion power. We'll have all sorts of things in this world. And not only that, I've been always calling about net negative energy systems and not the so-called net zero. So we have hydrogen technologies, we'll have carbon dioxide as a refineries, we'll decarbonize things, we'll have biomass valorization, including purposely grown grasses, and waste, agricultural waste, solid waste management. We will have waste plastic recycling, water resource management, and circular economy and recycle engineering. Of course, biotechnology will play a very important role. This is all systems engineering approach. So normally I say, think of negative, that means negative, energy systems, carbon negative energy systems. So there are 5 R's of systems engineering: refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and so-called repurpose. So certain things can be repurposed, certain things can be recycled, and most of the things can be recycled. So from waste to wealth, from biomass to circular economy, we can do everything, whatever is available. There will not be any virgin material by 2050. So obviously, we have to use all used materials. New technologies will be required. So this is what is very, very important. And we say in our scriptures, Annadata. So Anna, the food, is going to be a very, very important part of this food waste, particularly. Then there will be vertical farming of future 2000. You will be growing crops on your balconies and on these smart cities which will have smart climate control and whatnot. So renewable energy, net zero, AI monitoring, everything is possible in this vertical farming. And nothing small, everything will be miniaturized. So miniaturized world of 2100. You can have small chips, microchips to micro robots, nano robots, and whatnot. So this is going to be world of miniature engineering. And the future of energy will be very interesting. We'll have fusion coming into picture. We'll have geothermal energy. We'll have wind energy, and space-based energy, and hydrogen energy. And so future energy, today's times, it will be 5 times more than what we are doing. So so-called Surya Shakti, that is solar energy, is going to predominate. That will be almost 45%. And at the same time, we'll have future space colonies in 2100. So we say, Ano Bhadra Krutuvantu Vishwata, Sarve Sukuna Bhavanti, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanti, Mam Kashyat Dukkam Apnuyat. Everybody should be happy. That is our philosophy. And that future space colony will do that. Now, so in future, we'll have space uncles and space aunts and space cousins, because most of them would have migrated there. And there will be no borders. New forms of energy will be there. New homes will be built. So this is going to be the future, which is very exciting and interesting. So sustainability and circular economy in 2100 is going to be a reality. So what is going to happen? We'll have clean energy, we'll have waste minimization, there will be zero waste societies, and whatnot. And in the year 2100, do you think that we would have conquered death? Answer is yes. There will be endless treatments, AI-boosted bodies, and whatnot. So everything will be changed, and the quality of life, one has to worry. What about the erosion of ethics and morality? What about population disruptions? All those things must also be worried. But what kind of life will be that? So this will be totally radically different world. In fact, there will be 2 fathers per 1 baby. That is going to happen. So how did it happen? This is interestingly, very interesting part of this future world. And when weight is optional, what gives life the meaning? Choose the life. You can choose when to die. You can freeze your bodies cryogenically, and you can have multiple lives in one lifetime. So in 2100, death may no longer scare us, but living forever without my meaning just might do. So ultimately, I will quote Bhagavad Gita. Masamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grannati naropanani tata sharirani vihaya navani grannati. So what it means is that the soul moves from one body to another. So that is what is said, that you leave your clothes, old clothes, and go into the new clothes. That is what is the Atma is doing. So the soul is indestructibly. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, nacha kledayanti apo, na shoshayati maruta. Atma will move from one body to another. When we have replaced most part of our body, obviously we are moving into the new body. That is what it means. And so finally, will India be a Vishwaguru in 2100? The prediction says yes, we can be. We can be number 1 economy. We were 5th, then we become 4th, and by 2047, we may become 3rd. So this is what the future is. We will have climate stewardship. Our knowledge will all come to India, and in 2100, India will lead the world in technology, knowledge, and spirituality. Finally, thank you very much for inviting me. So I'm going to quote this Upanishad, Maha Upanishad. Ayam nija paro veti ganana lagu chetasanam budhara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. That is, in our life, we say, this is mine, that is yours, but our philosophy says, that is a small-mindedness, but our spiritual philosophy says that the world is one family, and that is what is going to lead us to sustainability. Thank you very much.